Priyam Ahuja, diet and nutrition expert, and you're watching me on Sify.com.
How does one work towards a healthy diet regime?
A healthy regime starts with a promise to oneself to take care of one's own body, one's own health. It's not a one-day thing, it's a gradual progress. So no matter how good, how bad or average you rate your own body health, it's always time to gradually upgrade it, right? So maybe at present you are having say 2-meal pattern, maybe you are having a heavy lunch, say dal, chawal, sabzi, roti, and a light dinner, maybe roti and sabzi. Then what we can do is we can incorporate breakfast in your diet, right? So once you start having breakfast, then we would take care of your portion control. Now here portion control becomes easier owing to the fact that earlier you were having a large lunch because you were skipping your breakfast. Now because you already had your breakfast, you do not feel so hungry during the lunch time. Once you are used to this regime, then we incorporate fruits, vegetables, fluid in your diet, and in some time you become your own boss to decide what is healthy for you. And this is the time when we are actually following a healthy regime.
Please explain how does eating in small portions help in good health?
Eating in small portions, as we call it as portion control, definitely is an important factor to consider when we are talking about health. The reason being, whenever we eat food, this food actually transforms into blood sugar and is available for energy, right? So whenever we eat large meals, large portions, there's a spike of blood sugar. This is something which we do not want. When we eat small meals at a regular frequency, there is some amount of sugar which is available, which is being utilized for energy and is not being transferred as fat as triglycerides. When you eat a larger portion, it is not being utilized, and that is the reason why sometimes we put on weight because of say carbohydrate, protein or fat, either which ways, whatever is there in our diet, we might put on fat. Not really necessary that you are eating too much of fat and that is the reason why you are putting on fat. It is the portion control which is not happening in your diet. It also helps regulate your metabolism. And thirdly, if you are eating in small proportions throughout the day, you add on variety in your meal, which is very much required.
What are the must-haves that should be included in our everyday diet?
As we said, variety in your diet, what I mean is all the must-have that is required in your diet. It is a balanced diet approach that we call it, wherein you require carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals and fluids. It is very easy to achieve. All you need is achieve all the food groups throughout the day. Since we already are having small frequent meals, what we can do is we can have good amount of cereals. If you are consuming roti, rice, that is a part of cereal, ragi, oats, bajra, jwar, all are cereals. You should have pulses, moong, mut, moat, sprouts, anything, or non-vegetarian sources, maybe chicken or fish. If you are consuming good amount of vegetables and fruits, that is taking care of your vitamins and minerals. Apart from that, milk and milk products are very much required. Water and some amount of nuts and oil seeds take care of healthy fat.
Do's and don'ts while cooking food should be?
While cooking food, the first and foremost requisite is to wash your vegetables thoroughly. Also, never ever have vegetarian and non-vegetarian raw items cut together or cooked together. Try to avoid the microbial contamination. Thirdly, most importantly, the cooking method. Generally what we do is we have more of samosas, pakoras which are very much deep fried, right? We need to avoid having deep fried food products, and rather than having deep fried, try to boil, broil, steam, grill or maybe pressure cook. These are some good healthier methods of cooking. Also, as opposed to the traditional method of deep frying, we can also air fry, which is very much easily available nowadays. You can have a simple equipment which is available for air frying, and you can still relish on your french fries, samosa and still stay healthy.
From a dietitian's point of view, what should be the best way to start and end one's day?
Well, I would say always start your day with a smile. Go ahead for a healthy walk, munch on some almonds and walnuts, rehydrate with coconut water and refuel your body with breakfast. Never skip your breakfast. Coming to ending your day, always ensure that you have a combination of carbohydrates and proteins for your dinner, and post dinner is very essential. In order to have a soothing sleep, always ensure you have hot milk before you sleep, and always have 8 hours of sleep.
What would be your expert advice to the diabetic patients?
Someone who is living with diabetes, motivation is the key. Always ensure you take care of your heart and your health through proper diet along with physical activity. When I am saying proper diet, have good amount of fiber in your diet, try to avoid starch and simple sugars. Also try to avoid saturated fat. Now this saturated fat is present in milk and milk products in a huge quantity. When you are having ghee, when you are having say milk or curd which is prepared at home, it has saturated fat. Try to have slim curd, slim milk. You can even prepare sweets using slim milk if you are avoiding sugar and you are taking care of only slim milk being present rather than the saturated milk. You can definitely go ahead with sweets as well. Talking about protein content, if you are a vegetarian, have good amount of dal and sprouts. If you are non-vegetarian, you can have fish and lean cuts of chicken. Try to have more fluid in your diet. Also ensure that you always remain stress-free because stress is something which increases your sugar levels. If you are following a lifestyle modification, taking care of your diet, your physical activity and are being stress-free, you can live with diabetes happily.
To end the conversation, what would be your last say as an expert dietitian?
Well, I would say eat fresh, eat in moderation, eat variety and stay committed to health.